Greetings, this is Fiona and Chuck coming to you with another reaction of D&D. Today we'll be heading back to Critical Role, but not for the Campaign 3 Saga of Hell's Bells. Oh, no. It's been a while, but I'm going to be watching their one-shot, their Elden Ring one-shot, Oh, Thee of Little Faith. Now, I know this is going to be based on the popular on the new popular game Elden Ring. I don't think there's a actual tabletop thing, so this could just be D&D but set in rings and just follow the same mechanics as regular 5e. Maybe it's not sure. But I'll have two disclaimers. First, I do not own nor am associated with Critical Role. Oh, oh, its YouTube channel, its Twitch channel, or any of its other online presence. I'm just a fan. Incidentally, and here's the other disclaimer, I am not associated all that stuff with anything of Elden Ring, including like D&D. I do not actually play it. I don't even know what the main plot of it is or what. I only see a few play instances, and I think it involves like one thing is like a lot of things I've seen like is classic oversized weapons, and that's really it. Hopefully, I can glean something more of what's going on in Elden Ring from this. Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Critical Role and a very special one-shot collaboration tonight with our friends at Bandai Namco and their brand new, highly anticipated action RPG, Elden Ring. Yeah. Highly anticipated by the world and myself. It is a new world created by Hidetaka Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Elden Ring is a massive interconnected adventure with countless secrets to uncover and multiple gameplay options from single player to co-op to PvP. The game is amazingly tailored to your own desires with a ton of customization and crafting elements, and the original system allows for any player to forge their own unique adventure based on your personal ambitions and choices. We are so thrilled to have the opportunity to explore this amazingly rich world for ourselves, and just know that everything we do tonight is inspired by Elden Ring, and not true lore or canon. The system is heavily homebrewed by myself. It's all cobbled together silliness. It'll be fun.
So the entire system is homebrewed, not just
right now, and you can learn a lot more and play it at bit.ly/CR Elden Ring. Big thanks to Bandai Namco for making this possible. And let's go ahead and meet our players for tonight, shall we? Yeah. We'll start on this end. Marisha.
Oh, hello. Oh. I'm Kara Jin, and I am a warrior wielding 2 scimitars, but I also have a dagger, and I also have a bow. Just in case. I like to come prepared. That's fair. Because you never know what's ahead, and you never know what came before.
Who's that?
There you go.
You never know what came before?
No.
Like Memento guy?
Yes.
It's rough being the Tarnished. Awesome. Thank you, Marisha. Alex.
Yes, I'm playing Twin Soul Marcus, who is an enchanted knight, and I have a winged spear and all sorts of spells and goodies to throw around.
Perfect. Alrighty. Brennan.
Hey, I'm Brennan, and I'm playing. Nice to meet you. And I'm playing Brigida, who is a hero. That's all you need to know. She is a 5'1", red hair and braids covered in clay and woad and like war paint. She's got like a band of red across her eyes, wooden shield, battle axe, and she can breathe fire. Cool to know.
Yeah, you didn't say who you were either, neither did I.
Yeah, no one knows who it is.
So this is Alex.
That's Marisha.
We got it. Perfect.
well-oiled machine.
And you know what? When we get into the game, we can begin with you describing your characters, and we'll do the intro through your bits, though. Perfect. Thank you, Brendan. Christina.
Hi, my name is Christina Ariel, and I am playing Prophetess Mariah Vanderness.
The prophets say she's very great. She is a holy woman. You would do well to remember this.
It's intense.
Fantastic. Thank you, Christina.
I have no one to speak for me. I'm Sam Riegel. I will be playing Neil, not Neil. Neil, who is of the Bloody Wolf class, which is a class that exists. And I have some swords and stuff, and we're gonna find out what Neil's deal is. Neil's deal? Neil's deal!
Welcome to Neil's Deal.
Neil's deal!
Oh no.
Come on down, Neil's Deal.
It's 7:30. Well, as we do it.
But Brennan's sort of doing it, so I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna change it up before we start.
I should probably mention real quick.
Beautiful.
This will, of course, be
Alrighty.
due to the length. This will
I
be
guess
a
we'll
two-part.
see where this band of odd adventures begin when we jump into Elden Ring.
What's that? That's what they look like.
An entire age has passed since it happened. In the lands between, where the once great realm under Queen Marika was kept prosperous under the Golden Order, the Elden Ring was shattered. The Golden Order sundered, and the runic pieces of the ring jealously taken and fought over by the Queen's demigod offspring. Under the golden light of the Erd Tree, the realm was left torn by war, where blood fought against blood, kin against kin. The rule of death was lost with the rune of the same name, calling those who would fall to walk once more. Even possessing one of the powerful shards, a great rune, was not enough to gain purchase in this now never-ending struggle, breaking the land into fragmented shells of the former empire. Within this broken world, a glimmer of hope climbs from the shadows. The Tarnished. You, warriors of ancient blood who were banished from the lands between long ago, you now rise to the call of glory. Here, one might reclaim the grace once granted them, now lost. And along that path of redemption, unite the realm once more, and deliver it from the madness of Marika's godlike children. Awaken, O Tarnished, and seek your fate ahead. Immediately, in this dark subterranean, damp stairwell, this cavern structure rising up towards the distant light, the heavy footfalls of armored, whether it be leather or metallic, feet, clambering through this near lightless space, pushing through as the five of you, just recently awoken to this land, begin pushing through. If you wouldn't mind describing how you rush up through this scene, what do they see?
Where am I? What's who? Okay, I just kind of clink over, moving in a forward direction, cause I feel like I can't go back, but I can go forward.
Would you like to describe yourself?
Yes, you see, a woman with like long, shiny, dark black hair, stretching very long and straight. She's got two different colored eyes, one blue and one brown, and she's got a headband across the top of her head that has like two metal bits on the side and a triangle symbol in the center. And the rest of her is in, kind of mismatched leather armor that looks like she's just sort of cobbled it together from many different sources. One's a little moldy, one looks a little fresher. None of it matches.
Fair enough. All right. So as you go rushing up towards the light, pushing through, weapons at the ready, you bump immediately shoulder to shoulder with this figure. If you'd like to describe yourself.
Oh, hello. Sorry.
Hi.
You see a heavily armored individual, full helm, and armor covering the legs, head, and right side of the torso and right arm, and then the left arm is free, full of a voluminous sleeve covers the left arm in very blues and purples, very royal colors. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into your way.
I'm surprised I didn't see you.
I am too, honestly.
You're very
I
bright.
stand out.
You do.
This way.
I guess.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Begin pushing on further up this incline towards what looks like a distant bit of slowly brightening light as you get closer and closer before another hall carves into the side of where you're heading, and 3 other figures emerge from that side, also trudging up towards this light. If you'd like to describe what they see.
Yes, you see a tall woman with pale green skin and sort of long, darker green matted hair sticking out from a helm. She's also well armored with a dark, sort of black armor all over her body. She carries a distinct shield with some sort of fur all over it. It's a furred shield and a few blades behind her. And she staggers forward, calling out in her distinct accent. Son cul! Son cul, where are you? Where are you? Oh, hello. Hello. Who are you?
I'm gonna move in front of Mariah, my holy prophetess, whom I follow. Short, fur-covered. I think at this point, coming out of the dark subterranean, a pretty fragrant warrior. There's a sort of, the pelts got wet, and there's a sort of odor. Short, like bright red hair, barbarian-looking, like Russo, like Hermia from Midsummer Night's Dream. Tiny, angry woman with like a Russo Celtic barbarian vibe. Who are you? Have you come to destroy the prophetess?
No, of course not. My name is Neil. Who's the prophetess? Are you all right?
It's a fungal sort of atmosphere down here.
I cannot hear.
Neither can I. You have found this place. I am Brigida. I am a warrior and hero. And I have come to protect.
You're a hero. That's sort of a bold statement to just.
No,
sort
it's a transliteration from my people outside of the lands between. I am the protector of the prophetess Mariah Vanderness.
All right, Neil takes a knee and bows and in supplication in front of the prophetess.
Are we supposed to do that? Should we?
Hi. We're kneeling now.
Yeah, I also kneel.
We kneel.
Do you want everyone to bow? Is this good for you or bad for you?
You're Neil.
As they're all kneeling, you look over and you see the prophetess, who somehow is still fully presenting as regal after.
I'm also regal. I'm no hero, but
This is so meta.
She's still in long robes, hands inside the sleeves, kind of looking around.
oh, this could take a while.
The holy woman says no eye contact! No direct looking in the eyes!
Just with her, right? We can look at each other.
How can I look at him?
Going to make things rather difficult going forward.
Sorry, I've been told to tone that down a little bit. So, just, if you can help it, maybe less eye contact than normal.
My children, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. My brave soul here, Brigilda, speaks for me at times, because the weight of doing the things that we have to do to commune with the spirits.
I just like point out eye contact.
Draining. But I will
Her
speak
eyes
to you
are covered.
occasionally
How
when
you
I
make?
deem it
How
necessary.
can we
I don't
make?
know why we are here, but I do know that there is a greater purpose and meaning to everything that we do, and everything that we do has consequences or rewards.
Are Are you a queen? Are you one of the queens?
I am a
this-
prophet.
That sounds like more
That
important
sounds very important.
than a queen.
I sense that you have been places, and you've returned from places.
She's like the smartest person. That's so wise.
She's technically correct.
I just feel like there's something else where it came from, but I don't know. Oh, wait, I don't want to.
You were born to parents.
Do you see how good she is? She just met you.
I'm starting to have doubts.
I had parents.
It's about this moment that you hear the rattling of something, some impact of hearty, almost light, hollow stone on stone, or bone on bone, and the scraping of metal. Quite a bit of it from the darkness below behind you. From the little bit of light that your eyes have now adjusted to in the space, you can see something shift as a skull pulls its way behind you in the cavern and begins lunging in your direction. What do you do?
Our fates are being decided right now. We need to move.
right?
I
Yes.
sense there's danger afoot.
Good.
Let's go.
All right.
Real.
Like how far away?
That was quite about, say,
Behind
20 feet behind you. Are you heading towards the light, or are you going towards
I
the...
think towards the lights, yes.
Yes.
You must.
All right. You all begin to charge towards the light as it gets brighter and closer and brighter and closer. The light beginning to slowly filter out into your eyes. It gets to a point where it's almost too much for you to focus on. And as you emerge from this cavern, immediately this soft wind hits your face. You adjust and blink. And glancing out in the space in front of you, you see a rolling expanse of tall grass-covered hills blowing and shifting winds. You can see cliffside rock outcroppings and bridgeways, stone ruins and structures miles off, partially crumbled through age. You see to the left and beyond, to the western side, shore, muddy beaches marked with stone and forgotten lands, crumpled temples left partially submerged in the ocean waters as the shore brushes against the side. Beyond that, you can see a massive castle standing upon the topmost point of this hill. And rising above that, what can only be described as a miles-tall golden tree of luminescent white and gold bark. It encompasses the entirety of the horizon and the sky above nearly. Its branches sprawling, stretching further than your imagination could have prepared yourself for. You can only assume this is the Erd tree.
Yurt tree?
Erd tree.
Erd tree.
It's what decides whether we are good or bad, right? Or worthy?
It is where once it is believed the Golden Order was emanated from, and where the grace of this land was granted, though the tarnished that you are had this grace taken long ago, and you were exiled. But here you return to the lands between, in this warring space.
Well, this is much nicer than in there. No, I'm sorry. Brigilda?
Brigida.
Brigida.
Bri is shorter, easier for people.
And the prophetess.
Just as two skeletons arrive and attack you.
Oh God!
We'll get to the rest later.
So, at this immediate point in time, two of these skeletons come charging up from behind,
God.
grasping spears, making some sort of odd, airy sound that should not be made for a lack of a larynx, but magical world.
Magical larynx.
Magical lyrics.
Magical larynx. That's your next character.
My nickname.
One of them immediately rushes forward and is going to strike towards you, Brigida, with a spear.
You are just me with less meat. I'm not afraid of you.
Well, that is 11 points of physical damage towards you.
Do I have any stamina to
Yes.
attempt to dodge or block this?
Indeed, you can spend stamina if you'd like to.
I'm gonna spend 2 stamina and I'm gonna dodge this if I can.
Go for it.
I can't. That's going to be a 9.
You're just still inside the cavern enough where you roll to the side, poof, right into the rock, which just kind of pinches you there, right as the spear puts in towards you. So you take the full brunt of that damage minus your armor, which is
I rolled a d4. I rolled a 1, so I take 10 points of damage.
10 points of physical damage to you out of the gate. The other one is going to go ahead and swing towards. I'll say you are probably protecting you, so the other one's going to go towards you, Kara. So that will be an incoming 6 physical damage.
I shall dodge.
Go ahead and roll.
That's a natural 18 for 24 total.
No damage taken as you just roll out of the way. It's now your guys' go. The 2 skeletons are there. Who wants to take a turn?
Please.
Yes, I draw my bastard sword. Wielding it with 2 hands, I stow my shield, and I will take a 2-handed strike against the one that attacked the prophetess.
Go for it.
14 was 20 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. I'm gonna just arc down and try to hit it right in the forehead with this gigantic sword. Oh, a 1 plus 5 is only 6 points of damage, but because I did 2-handed, it's an extra d6 of damage for an extra 3. 9 points of damage.
Nice, 9 points of damage. The blade smacks down and cracks a bone. You can see part of the rib cage itself kind of cave inward, and one of the arms is left, barely functional, but it only needs one to use the spear as well. It still stands.
That takes 3 stamina down. I'll let someone else go before I do anything else. So I'm recovering from that.
You got it.
Next to Bree, seeing them get hit, I'm going to try and stab with my spear to get them off.
Go for it, wing spear.
So I'll make a spear attack.
Spear v spear.
Spear v spear. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits. Go and roll damage.
Okay, 6. That's 7 points of physical damage.
Okay, is this the same one that that Nil had attacked?
No, but the one that attacked Bree.
Okay, got it. Cool. So both now have taken some fairly heavy hits and both standing. But you can see they're starting to crumble under the weight of the wounds they've already sustained. Who wants to go next?
The prophetess sees all of this happening and she decides to go after the same skeleton. She pulls her club from behind her back and she aims directly for the head.
Go for it.
So speaking is too difficult for you, but swinging a club is okay. Just go.
Sometimes violence is required.
So wise.
So it's 18, 19.
A million points.
So that's 21.
That definitely hits. Go and roll damage.
And then 26. So that's 5. So that's 8. And plus 1. So 9.
9.
Points of damage.
Woof! As the club comes down, it completely sunders the skeleton from atop. It breaks into a pile of bones, leaving itself just this period of bone shards jagged on the ground and this kind of odd glowing slime left behind that seems to be kind of shifting in the space.
An excellent hit.
It once existed. It now does not.
She's so cool.
Oh boy.
Turn to the other one. Pull out both my scimitars. Twirl them around in my hands.
Okay.
With dual wielding attack.
Go for it.
Yeah. 19.
19, good roll. Let's go and roll damage.
So it's a 1d6. I can make additional attack for free that deals. Okay, so okay. So the good. That was horrible. 4, 5, 6, 7 damage total.
7 damage, that's enough. With that, you carve through with one blade, absolving the head from its connection to the clavicle and the rest of the upper torso. The other one, woof, cleaves through the center of its spine. It crumples to the ground. Both a secondary glowing slime kind of sits there shifting with amongst the pile of bone that remains.
He's been relieved of his head.
I like you.
Good.
I will kneel down and examine the glowing whatever that was.
You can roll an investigation or a religion check.
Okay, I am quite religious, so 18 plus 2, 20.
So, the Golden Order of these lands maintained the order of life and the passage into death. When the death rune was taken, things that were once dead began to rise. This is the essence of undeath within this skeletal body, and unless this is dealt with, they will rise again. Quickly.
Does anyone have an idea on how we can deal with these?
The bombs come back.
Yes, the undead life force. Will just
Start smashing bones
hit
apart.
them. No, I think it's the magic that we need to deal with. not
Well,
the-
magic cannot work if there are no bones. So you break the bones down to sand. There's no sand skeleton, you know?
That's a fair point.
Possible you're correct. I
I will try to deal with the magic.
Dude, God.
That's amazing.
But
No, just it's surprising veracity.
Did Nil touch it?
I just sort of examined it, but I think now that I know what it is, I will try to snuff it out by stomping on it or something.
It does have a physicality to it.
Okay.
It does look like it reacts to your impact, but it does feel like the longer time that goes by, it is starting to shake all the bones and start shimmering them back together into one
Even
form.
the dusty bones.
Having a harder time with that one. It's fighting.
magic not so tricky. You know, magic it seemed tricky at first, but then you just have to, put in the elbow grease.
You can see the skull of the one that Brigida is messing with right now on the ground. If it had an expression, it would be like, come on.
Regardless, maybe we should just leave.
Yes. Why not? Let's just go.
Well, hang on. I'm gonna reach out. Can I just take it? Can I grab it? Is that something I can bring with me?
If you'd like to.
I can bring the green glowing goop.
Do you grab it?
I grab the goop.
Okay. You grab it, and as you pull, the bones seem almost tethered to it and drag with it. This is a tethered essence of undeath here. You chuck it deeper into the cavern, and as it does, you watch as the bones kind of drag with it into the shadow.
Is there another skeleton that also has one of those similar essences here as well?
But there's the one that you're chewing on.
I'm gonna look at that and say, okay, you were able to unmake this abomination by destroying the connection of the skull to the rest of the bones.
I just threw a goop.
Yes, I see the goop throw. That's a good idea too. I'm going to say, can you hold this goop here? I want to see if maybe something else work.
Oh, yeah, sure. Pick up the goop.
Once Karajan's holding the goop, I'm gonna drop kick the skull as far as I can away from here.
All right. Go ahead and roll a strength check for me. To roll a 20 add your strength modifier.
Okay. Ooh, not bad. That's gonna be dirty 20.
Vanishes over one of the nearby hillside lines into the deep, high, tall grass out of sight.
Well done.
All right.
Give a moment of peering at the grass like something's gonna come rolling back, Iron Giant style.
The rest of the bones, as you're looking out that way, begin to slowly reform into a mostly skeletal structure without a head.
This is okay. Is it okay to leave the bones trying to come back with no head?
To stay is to possibly put yourself in danger. To leave is to possibly avoid danger.
I would be so lost without you.
It's like a guiding light that never extinguishes.
So, are you sure?
So the skeleton's basically reformed without
It's
a
in the
head.
process of reforming without a head.
Go.
Yes.
Let's
Marcus just
hurry.
takes his staff and just shoots it with a bolt of magic just to kind of knock it back down again.
Okay. It just collapses back to the ground.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Now, stepping away, the breeze is welcoming in these beautiful lands. It's almost dreamlike as you step through the tall grass and glance over at the expanse before you. The strange sense of purpose conflicts with the sense of insignificance when looking up at the sheer immensity of the Erd tree before you. You can see small shapes off at the periphery of your eyes, your vision, clusters of creatures that call this land home. You see as the day begins to turn to night in this space, or what is considered night here in the lands between. You can see large bat-like creatures off to the right. You can see small shapes shifting by the shoreline, and the heavy winds upon the hill beyond, above the cliffside, obscure a lot of the space there, but you swear even at this distance you can see shapes, large shapes moving from within. As you step further forward, an odd shimmer catches your eye. Towards the edge of this top hill, beyond the catacomb that you emerged from, you see, hovering about a foot above the ground, what looks to be a shimmering, gathering globe of gold energy. Like a sparkling moat of magic. Just kind of inviting, warm.
Have you seen such a thing in your foresight, madam?
I've seen a light that glows and floats recently, almost moments ago.
Okay.
It's so wild, because she predicted what we're seeing right now.
It's uncanny, really.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Almost identical description as what we just sort of saw.
As a prophetess stepping into this land, you do know that the once granted grace by the Erd Tree that has been lost by the Tarnished, there is a familiar return to that grace here. In fact, this here would be, in your knowledgeable mind, a site of lost grace, a place of respite for those who would come to walk the lands between.
Now might be a good time to build a camp and rest and feel the grace. As the grace overtakes you and brings you peace, the grace that we once had returns to me, maybe to you as well. I am so filled. Do you feel it?
Yes.
Do you feel it?
Wait.
I do feel it.
Absolutely not.
Non-belief only leads to non-belief.
I can't fault you on that one. I can't.
So you admit she's right.
In this specific instance,
That's pretty good. That's very fast.
I will approach the light and see if I feel any different.
As you begin to step towards it, it seems to brighten, and you feel drawn to it in a comforting way. Like you belong in this space, in this moment. This was meant to be. And for a moment, a bit of gold light returns to your eyes. A hint of that grace once taken, now granted temporarily in this space. As you all kind of begin to gather around this site of lost grace, one heals all of you back to full for any damage you had taken. If you had used any of your sacred flasks, those would be restored as well. If any of you had died, you would be restored here. And just kind of overview for the rules, since we did one initial combat. This heavily homebrewed system, everyone has a set number of stamina based on their build that they can spend on their player turn. They can either blow as much of it as they want to on attacks and abilities, but if they want to save some on the enemy turn, they can use it to dodge or block. If they use all of it, they cannot defend themselves, and attacks just do damage. And then all the stamina returns at the top of the player turn. So for those of you who are watching,
If you're doing like a homebrew system,
focus points for certain spells and skills that can be used as we
like
go, but those are
stuff,
only
and you're doing
restorable
just
by your
introducing it,
flasks, your,
perhaps
sacred
do
flasks
an
that you will use,
explaining video,
or
explain it, so
by
others
a site of lost grace.
recreate,
So, as you all take
or
a
at
moment
least
here to
not
sit
be
and
totally
bask
lost.
in this sliver of grace before you, the warmth, you feel a presence nearby. And you instinctually glance over and see, almost stepping out of the ether, a humanoid woman made of blue energy.
Oh, great, Dr.
And that
Man.
energy suddenly becomes physical form. You see a darkened cloak and hood around her. Some pale blonde hair tumbling from beneath the hood as she approaches and sits within your circle around this site.
hello.
Can she see us?
Now I can see you.
That's that.
Welcome, O Tarnished. I'm glad that you've made your way here, for there is much opportunity for you. My name is Melina, and I would like to strike an accord with you. Here in the lands between, there is opportunity for you tarnished warriors to set your path towards the Erd Tree. Seek the great runes, the broken shards of the Elden Ring, and claim this realm as the new exalted lord, bringing an end to this warring age. But to begin this path, one must make their way through the dangers of Stormveil Castle. And she points off, beyond the rolling hills, the rising cliffs, onto the windy expanse above, and there that massive stronghold that you had seen when you first came. Dethrone its corrupted Stormveil Castle. Journey there, dethrone its corrupted ruler, and continue towards the Erd Tree beyond. There is where your fate resides.
Could I make an insight check?
Yes, you may.
13.
13. You do not sense at a glance any sort of devious purpose to this, though you are uncertain as to whether or not their motives are entirely altruistic. They certainly seem invested in you, and certainly seem to be of a different kind of power than what you carry amongst you. There is something ethereal and different about them that you can't quite place.
Can I ask a question of you, Milana, of the lands between?
Of course.
Very selfless to know of the Erd Tree and the great runes, and not to seek them for yourself. I know I am not worthy to wield them. I follow one who I believe is. I question if you are the same, and why you have not sought this power for yourself.
Ah, but I am not the same. Many who call these lands home have sought these shards, and whether their powers great or their spirits bound to these lands, it drives them to warfare, to fight endlessly, or be given to madness. It is you, once exiled, that return, I believe, have the means of gathering these shards and truly bringing peace and an end to this. I am but a steward, if anything. There are few I can invest my intention into.
Does that mean that we have competition?
It is possible.
How did you know we would be here?
I did not, but I sensed your arrival. And I felt it best that I beseech your alliance before someone of lesser valor did so.
How do we know that you're not of lesser valor?
You do not. But I come to you peacefully. And I offer you gifts that should aid you in your journey, should you agree.
What kinds of gifts?
Well, she holds out a hand. In the space of where those skeletons were battled earlier, these strange, small, glowing shards of stone kind of drift over to this space, and she lays them before you. These are runes. Small shards of the sundered Elden Ring. These you can take from the various dangers that walk the lands between, and use them to empower yourself. I can aid you in doing so at any of these sites of lost grace. Also, these lands are wide, the dangers immense and quick. There are spectral friends that could embolden your passage. Will you accept my accord?
I don't see why not.
The prophetess accept.
I accept.
What the prophetess said.
I have no reason to doubt you, so Yes, I will go along with this.
Then this pact is sealed. I warn you, the open fields of Limgrave are overrun with powerful mercenaries, unstoppable trolls and maddened beasts. So a path may fare better if hidden to climb to Stormhill. Stalk along the western coast there, and seek a cave among the cliffs. This shall aid you in bypassing the heavily guarded storm gate. Let the ethereal golden threads guide your way, and as she raises her hand, you see from this sight a very faint gossamer string of gold energy seems to arc like a faint rainbow off towards where that shoreline to the west lies, where you see the muddy, pebbled beaches reside. Good luck, tarnished warriors.
One question before you go. I do not remember much about our time in the lands between before exile, but I do remember I had a trusted friend who lived here with me, Sonku. It was my little cat. Are any such animals still around?
Beings of power or beings of innocence often find themselves taken by those jealous of what they do not have. Perhaps it is... well, let us hope at least that he who resides within that keep does not hold this cat under his dominion.
I hope not.
She steps back and begins to discorporate and vanish into the ether, leaving you there at the site alone. With runes. For the skeletons that you slayed, everyone there gained 6 runes.
6 runes.
You can utilize
Bien
these
sûr.
sites to upgrade if you'd like.
Has anyone noticed how frustrating it is to speak with someone that only speaks in riddles?
Absolutely.
Deeply.
Is that a riddle?
Look, I want to do this quickly before I get interrupted again. Bree, Prophet,
Nil.
Nil,
Karajin.
Karajin. My name's Marcus.
Or
It's-
twins? Do you go by Twin Soul?
It's weird that you would know that.
She tipped me off.
It is, yes, some people call me Twin Soul Marcus.
Some people.
It's a title, more nothing official, more of a nickname than anything.
An epithet.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we were all acquainted.
It's an epithet.
Traveling together. So the beach is where we're going. Yes.
I guess. Seems like it's almost like a thread of fate we have to follow.
There is a cave there, which is what Milani said.
Yeah.
You said that you have a cat who is left here in these lands.
Well, I do not know where, but she was my precious angel, Sonku. And I have not had her for quite some time, but we would always curl up together and sleep at night, but without her, I toss and turn. And I was hoping... No, I was determined to come here to find her.
It's a good name for a cat.
Back amongst my people, I have a warthog. Very special to me, and is not here in the lands between, but I have said goodbye to her to come here. And I know what it means to have a creature. Their faith is pure. Their loyalty is pure. I will find who has taken your cat, and I will chew through their neck until I reach the bone.
I appreciate
Now,
that
are we
so
talking about a normal cat or something like a
have-
saber tooth or just
You have my
big
loyalty as well.
And you mine. I'm gonna tap my axe against my shield.
Never had an
You're
animal
not a
companion.
pet person?
No.
Not even like a goldfish or like a little like lizard terrarium animal. Maybe a group animal like a hamster for a group of children.
One hamster for a group of children?
Yeah, like a class hamster.
Oh.
Never
I
almost
look
had
at you, you sort of feel sort of inside, and you end up knowing more about yourself after. It's something I guess you wouldn't
No, I
understand.
don't know either.
I wish to know this type of connection. Maybe along the way. I can find an animal and a connection.
Maybe, yeah.
I saw some really big bats that way.
That's right.
There's one option.
Oh, good. They're trying to turn
bats.
this one into lava.
That's better for pet than for meat, because mostly skin.
Sure, sure.
I've heard, yes, that bats are. It's like dolphin, bat,
Oh, right.
and then pig in terms of like intelligence. Yeah.
Well, and they all kind of like communicate sonically too, so that's fun.
It's so odd. We don't really remember much about where we came from, but we have all this animal knowledge. This is really quite amazing.
It's very strange.
Yes.
Very strange.
Some things are just inherent to one's nature.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know why I know the things I do and why I don't know the things that I don't.
It's profound.
When you compliment me, it's a different level.
It's about this time you glance over at the space where Melina had stepped away and vanished, and there on the ground there is a cluster of these beautifully carved runic whistles.
Whistle?
Oh, hello.
Items.
Wicked weasels?
God, getting handed a card.
Yes!
Oh, shit.
These can be used to summon your spectral steed.
We're just talking about animals.
We accomplished your task already.
You know what? Game done, you guys. You did it.
You get a horse.
That's all you need to know.
Are these all like the phantom steeds?
I think
The
it's
spell phantom steed?
Spectral steed.
That's true.
That's right.
That's all it says in the
How
back of it.
classy that sounds.
It's pretty awesome.
You cannot.
So you can fight on it if you want to.
Oh.
You just can't dodge or block. And if
We
you
can
take-
use. It's not limited. We can do this. We can get on our horses right now.
Yeah, if you want to. But
Are
what?
we going to set out? Is it dark? Is it?
It's. You can see the light is just transitioning. Like it's almost that golden hour, and you're not quite certain how long that's going to last.
I mean, should we just go? Or?
I think those who want to linger here, no part of this land feels safe.
It's a very nice song.
Was that from The Legend of Zelda? I forget.
How did I? Holy shit!
How do you know Rogers and Hammerstein?
Greatest Tarnish
Tarnished
musical
song.
artists. Well, they've aged not as well, actually. Some of the pieces are okay. Tarnished artist. Oh my god. All right, so you all mount up.
Yes.
Guess
Yeah.
so.
As you finish blowing into the whistles, these beautiful, big, heavy-furred mane horses arrive, lightly armored, and wait for you to go ahead and mount up onto them. As you all grasp onto the front, taking the back of the mane in hand, and then kicking off as one group, maneuvering much like a flock of birds. You begin to shift through the tall grasses, cresting over the hill, off of a small jump, catching up onto the slower valley below, heading towards the beachside western edge of Limgrave. Now, as you continue forward, the air blowing past, you can smell the kind of scent of low tide mingling with this almost sweetness in the air that seems to just permeate the atmosphere of the lands between. You glance a little ways beyond the breeze-blown grass to see first a small kind of broken ruin that pushes partway onto the beach. That faint little gossamer thread leading you kind of past and beyond that. And then about 200 feet beyond that looks to be a small campfire, like a burning bit of flame that's set a little ways inward from where the shoreline
It's
is.
on a beach. There's no chance that like this flame is like on the end of a hand holding a torch that's sticking out of the sand with
Make a
like
perception check.
like a woman's head with like a
Make a perception check.
11 plus 2. 13.
You get a pretty. It's not a large fire. It is not attached to a fake
A
torch.
Statue of Liberty
No,
or
it is
anything?
not.
Okay.
There are no damn dirty apes.
I do have a question
Yes.
from a philosophical standpoint.
Yes.
Is this burning an eternal flame?
Boy, oh boy.
Make a perception check to see if you can hear my heart beating.
Do you feel the same?
God. I did get the reference.
Oh wait, yes I do. So that's a 17.
I think the
You
first
are
time
not
I
only
heard that
dreaming.
one was
That is indeed a
on the
campfire.
show,
What you can see
Psych,
is an encampment.
the
What looks to
Bigfoot
be
episode
a
of-
number of soldiers, about 4 of them that are
sort of
currently
found
around
footage
this fire
thing.
in the distance, about a little over 100 feet from where this ruin is upon the beach.
Does the campfire look similar to the one we were just at?
No, this is not a site of lost grace. This is an actual burning flame.
Maybe don't. Maybe hold off a minute.
She said there were other mercenaries about.
Should we kill them?
All right.
No. I think she have a point.
No, that's fair, but just they might not be hostile.
We could go around.
That's a wise idea.
Avoidance is the way of peace.
Okay.
Healthy competition. It's good to have. Right? I guess I could just like sneak.
My feeling is that the prophetess has spoken, which, let's be clear, every time she do that, it is a gift. So, she said to avoid. I'm going to follow her command, and I feel like if these soldiers are making camp, and we have chosen to ride through the night, that we already beat them. So,
While they're talking,
a prophetess also down for throat slitting, so that is
Only in their
option.
sleep.
Yes, if we wait for them to go to sleep.
I'm not going to wait for them to go to bed.
I agree with that. Yeah. I think
Were
you're-
you saying?
I was just going to say, we on horseback, we will not be very quiet, sneaking around. I don't think.
No,
Should we dismount?
we might dismount and kind of circumvent them.
Yes, I think that is right to sneak around the camp, and if they are not going to go to sleep, which is condition for prophetess to want to slit their throat, then I think we dismiss. I will get rid of Horse Tasha, and then we will.
Your name goes already.
Yes, her name Horse
Actually
Tasha.
named mine as well.
What's your name?
Avec que,
Shit.
because it has a tail.
This is Supernova.
What a name.
Thank you. I love her, and I will murder anyone.
Supernova is kind of like leaning away and just kind of just shits in the ground next to you.
I just look at my horse. Do you have a name?
You ask your horse his name?
That's only polite.
Yeah. You know, you smart guy most of the time.
What? It's a spectral horse. It might be able to talk. I don't know.
No, the horse do not talk. Beautiful horse would ruin the horse if it talk.
That's an arbitrary rule.
No, it would ruin the horse. A horse talk, horse go, oh, I'm a guy, I have some bad opinions.
What if it has a
In
beautiful
all
voice?
fairness, I think she's right. I mean, it would look really weird to have a horse just be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
You know what? Your name's Ed.
That's a great horse name.
Twin Soul Ed.
No, just Ed. I'm twin soul. It's fine. It's Ed.
One soul Ed.
Four hoof Ed.
One soul, 4 hoofed Ed.
Yes. Very long
That's
name.
great.
Prophetess,
Yeah.
do your horse also have name or is secret holy name of horse?
I have named my horse after the great prophet of old, Bonnie Tyler.
Bonnie
God's
Tyler,
sake.
beautiful horse.
Amazing maid. Beautiful vocal cords.
And did we decide if we are ambushing or sneaking, or
I think we dismiss
Dismount.
horses.
we can't get them back? Just throwing that out there.
Okay, we can as long as they're not killed.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't summon them again unless you expend the sacred flask of crimson tears.
You can summon them. Well, okay, to clarify, you can summon them outside of combat whenever you need to.
Okay.
But if you're in combat and you lose it, you have to spend a flask to bring it back on.
Damage.
Okay, great. So feel free.
We dismiss, we move around, and when we get far enough away on the other side, we summon it back again.
Yeah.
Goodbye, horse Tasha.
It leans away from you.
Quiet. I know, I'm getting the feeling I'm going to encounter a lot of challenges I wasn't prepared for in this. I really thought.
Trolls.
Yes, trolls.
Swamps.
That's what I meant. Absolutely.
your competitive spirit against those out there. Battling your internal demons. What did you mean? I shouldn't speak for you.
No, I just meant, like, naming animals. I wasn't prepared to do that. I didn't think that was going to come up in this.
You consider naming an animal a challenge?
Oh, I just wasn't prepared. Never mind. Let's keep going.
Having someone speak for you.
I wish I had it.
Nothing is wrong with that.
Exactly.
I'd like you all to roll stealth checks as you carefully try and stealth your way via this conversation around an encampment of soldiers.
That's excellent.
5 over here.
15?
7. A strong 1.
9.
Oh,
A
yikes.
total of 4.
Okay.
As I feel like I've offended the prophetess, I'm just like, look, I didn't mean, I wasn't speaking to your situation in the slightest. I just didn't want to,
There's a cracking sound, and you watch as Kara lifts up her foot, and you see there was a skull on the ground that was resting there that is now cracked open. The heavy sound of the breaking causes a voice to go, huh? What? And you see the soldiers glance over in your direction. And they all go into a full charge towards you. So,
They get to attack first.
they get to attack first. Yeah, they didn't roll enough. No ambush taken on this
tried.
point, though, but good looking out. All right, so it looks like there are 2 soldiers drawing blades that are rushing in towards you, and 2 in the back that pull short bows out and begin knocking arrows into it. So we have the 2 that are coming to the very, very front with swords. They're going to rush as you guys are all clustered together quietly. They charge upward, and just for kind of spatial awareness points here, I'll just go ahead and put these here so you all have an idea of where they are. And for...
Matt's best map yet.
Isn't it that? Just spatial awareness, y'all. This guy's in the back. And there we go.
That's true.
Just to give you an idea of what's happening there, yeah. Alrighty, so.
Theater of the Minis?
Theater of the Minis, exactly. Comes forth and is going to go ahead and strike at probably you towards the front. And at you. Okay. You both apparently, they don't quite see you yet.
I was very loud.
But you rolled the 1, so that's going to put you in a bad space. There's a toss between the 2 of you. So rushing towards you, sword strike for, that's going to be 14 points of physical damage to you.
I'm gonna... yeah, I'll try and dodge.
Okay, go ahead and roll dodge.
Not good at all. That is an 8.
An 8, all right. Then, yeah, you go ahead and take the full 14 points of physical damage. The one that's striking towards you.
Is it possible to attempt a dodge and a block, or you may only do one?
One or the other.
One or the other, cool. We're gonna go ahead and dodge.
All right. Ooh, same roll. So.
22.
That manages to no damage to you as you avoid the attack entirely. Now, the one in the back with the bow is going to go ahead and take a shot at you and a shot at you. So over towards you, that is... Wow, keep rolling the same roll. That is going to be 11 points of physical damage to you.
Is it?
What are you doing?
Turn to the dodge.
Dodge.
What'd you roll?
A 19.
A 19? Nope. You jump out of the way. And to you, that's going to be 9 points of physical damage.
I look at the prophetess, and as we both move simultaneously, like we're in lockstep, because we're in lockstep, right? I dodge.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, it's a natural 17.
Dodge out of the way, no issue.
Blessed
Don't forget to mark or roll for your armor to reduce the damage you take from these attacks too. All right, that finishes their go. Now it's the player's turn. You guys are up. Stamina's back to full. What are you gonna do?
Question.
Yes.
Melee is next to. Are archers at short distance or long distance?
Archers are technically at a long distance, I'll say. So you'd have to use your movement and a stamina to get up to them, I'd say.
Movement. Now here's a question. What if I don't want to get all the way to the archers? What if I want to get halfway between the archers and the melee combatants?
Then you can go ahead and do that.
I'm going to look at you and say, I will be by your side as soon as I can. I'm gonna leap up, and I've fully breathed my fire pot away. I'm going to, like, barbarian hurl myself over the soldiers, tumble, get halfway between the archers and them, and go, you want to fight? And I'm going to breathe dragon's fire. This like huge dragon's head of flame covers my body, and I'm going to be able to hit all of them with a dragon fire spell.
Cool.
You just spin around and burn in a large arc across them. Go ahead and roll damage.
Woo, baby. Okay. This is going to be 5d6 damage to all of them. Oh, that's nice. 11,
Holy.
17, 20 points of damage to everybody.
Nice.
That was a crazy roll.
Okay, that takes a bunch of points of stamina off the board for me. I think then I might... Can I use a stamina to move back in front of the prophetess?
I'll allow that, yeah. Jump out, leap, burn an arc around that way, and then shift back to try and get in front of where the prophetess is.
And then I have 2 points of stamina left. I'm just gonna take a battle axe swing at one of these dudes. Whoever is closest to the prophetess.
Okay, you got it.
It's only gonna be a 9.
9 misses, unfortunately. They all look pretty hurt. They're all like, just burning in flames before him. And you run back in space, like, fuck! And just parry off your weapon, no issue there. Who wants to go next?
Seeing what Bree just did, and as I tumble from the dodge, I'm gonna also pull out my short bow and fa the ones in the back.
Go for it.
Do you say fa fa when you shoot?
Fa!
Fa Rasputin.
The Ewan McGregor lightsaber noises.
I mean, all good warriors in RPGs should make those sounds as they fight, right?
Pull out one of those like anime dubs. Just go through the consonants. Fa, ta, ka,
Yeah,
ka.
exactly. All right, so you're doing an attack to each of them. Or
Yeah, I'll do. I'll do an attack to each of them.
Okay, so the first one, the one on the
First
right,
one, 15.
15 hits. Go and roll damage.
Okay. Should have rolled these at the same time. 7.
7 points of damage.
And then to the second one,
Alrighty,
it's a natural 18.
with that hits.
These are the guys who were on fire before?
Yeah,
All of them are on fire.
9 damage to the second one.
The second one
4. Let's get jumped out in the middle of the game. Yeah.
gets taken out from the arrow and falls to the ground. The other one's really hurt, and like the arrow's like jammed right in the clavicle, and they're like,
So as she rolls out of way, I heft my spear and I go, why is everyone obsessed with this prophetess? And I just stab I'm gonna take my spear, flip it around, and stab it into the chest of the one on the right there.
over here?
Yeah.
You got it. Okay, go ahead and roll for an attack.
As I do, let's see if I hit first. Ooh, that's much better. That'll be a 22.
22 hits, go and roll damage.
Let's do d6, which is 5, so that's 9 points of physical damage. So I stab into the chest, and as I do, I press down and I take the staff and I point it over the body of the other soldier towards the one there.
Yeah.
And the far one, and
Yeah.
these runes appear around the tip of the scepter, and I go. Had a thing in my head. Mine went completely blank.
I like to imagine that's what he does.
Yeah. I just aim for a second and go, there. And it fires this blue bolt of energy streaking across the battlefield.
Fantastic.
He's going to... a natural 19, so yeah, 24.
That definitely hits, go and roll damage.
And that'll be...
That's your Glintstone Pebble.
a Glintstone Pebble. It'll be 8 points of damage. Magic damage.
As it impacts, you blast him off of his feet and he lands on the ground and just... you hear the life escape from his lungs. Well done. They're the two. So the two in the back with the bows are taken out. The two armored soldiers in the front seem to have sustained some injuries, but they're still holding the line strong. And they kind of glance over their shoulder at their fallen comrades and just getting me more angry and furious.
I'll push past Marcus and just yell, "For the honor of the prophetess!" and take a couple swings with my long sword this time.
Okay, shield out longsword.
At one of them. You stabbed one with a spear, right?
The one on the right, yeah.
I'll go for the same one.
Okay, go for it.
First attack is 24.
They're going good here, jeez.
And that's 3 points of damage. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
And are they carrying just blades? That's it?
Yeah, they just have long swords, not dissimilar to the one you have.
All right, and
He's
then
in a real hurt.
with the I will reel back and strike again, trying to hit him in his blade arm too,
Go for
just
it.
in case. 15 plus 6, 21 to
That'll
hit.
hit, yeah.
For 12 points of damage.
So as you kind of push forward to this guy, go ahead and strike him once with the long sword. It cuts across the chest. He pulls his blade up to try and get it under your chin as a retaliatory strike, but you whip around with a secondary strike and right across the throat. He falls to the ground and expires. So yeah, he's down. There's only one guy standing.
That's it. I'll just draw the blade back and wipe the blood off and wait for the prophetess to do anything if she does anything.
She does. The prophetess walks slowly towards the one remaining, and she says, "This is a kindness."
Got chills.
So, she rolls a 10 and attempts to do her beast claw.
Rolls a 10 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Do you add anything for beast? I think you roll with a +5 modifier on that.
Oh,
right?
you are right. So it's 15.
15 does hit, though.
So it is a kindness. So then, at that time that she walks forward, she
It would work both ways.
calmly walks forward, her kind of eyes closed. You know that walk that they do in cartoons where they're like, it's like a slow kind of gait, but it's like super, super calm.
What's she doing? Flow of the battle.
What's this mean?
And she just walks forward, goes, and like her claws come out, and she goes straight for his throat and just
You
pulls. His voice box out.
Oh, God.
And he crumples to the ground. Have you rolled damage yet?
No, but I figure I just effed him up, so.
Probably. You rolled damage.
1 point of
He's
damage.
pretty
All
pretty
right, so
hurt,
that's
so-
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12, that'll do it. You carve the larynx from his body. He falls to the ground, able to speak. The one that was cut earlier down on the ground, his throat cut, is like, in the last strings of his life goes, "You fools, you're too loud. You're drawing their attention."
Oh, no. Did we just kill good guys?
And right as he... No, they came after you.
Okay.
Is that David Tennant?
Oops.
Such a fan.
I'm fully prostrate on the ground. When I see the beast claw, I'm not. When I bow, it's full on stomach, legs splayed out behind me. I have to get as low as possible to bow sufficiently.
That was good. That was pretty cool.
You think, as you all begin to bow around the prophetess, you kind of glance about and think to yourself, like, too loud, why is that? And right as you look over towards the darkening, slowly turning evening light upon the horizon of the shoreline, there's a shape shifting out of the ocean itself.
I'm gonna, as I look at this,
You see...
just take out my dagger and just put this guy to sleep.
Okay. You see what looks to be a blackened mass of gnarled flesh. It looks like a dark tumbleweed of skin and sinew. It is a giant land octopus in the sense that it is a mass of tar-like tentacles that clustered together stands ground to top about 8 to 10 feet tall.
Oh.
As it pulls itself out of the water and you begin to see its full form, drawn towards the sound and noise of your recent combat, a large, sharp beak seems to snap out from the center of it as it pulls itself forward towards you, leaps in the air with an unexpected speed and strength, and lands right before you. It's going to go ahead and take its first round of attacks on you, as it has been...
Does it sound like Tim Curry and Was It in Fern Gully?
Yes, and maybe. Hello, my darling. It's going to go ahead and use its tentacle
I
lash.
know the villain and
Three
stuff,
of
but I've never
you.
seen the movie.
Which means in this arrangement here, it's going to be against Nil, Marcus, and Brigitte. So,
Cool.
as these tentacles kind of sweeping out in a large arc in front of you, all three of you are taking a strike towards you, going off whatever stamina you had left at the end of the last fight. That'll be 20 points of physical damage.
I'm gonna try and dodge.
All right.
I will try to block.
It's okay. 17.
17's enough. You managed to dodge that roll out of the way.
15 to block.
That blocks successfully, so go ahead and reduce the 20 by a d6 and whatever your physical armor is.
I'm blocking with the shield.
Right.
By the way, so that's two. But then it says +3 to block. I don't know.
But plus 3 is the roll to try and do it.
See if I got
so
it.
it's 2 off of that, and then whatever your physical armor.
Got it. Physical armor is 8. Another 2.
So 4. So you take 16 points of physical damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to do a dodge as well.
Okay.
13.
13 is enough.
Nice.
You roll out of the way. It's now pulling itself closer and closer towards the group, and has now kind of gotten up into the next to space of the entirety of your clustered circle. But it is the player turn. So your stamina regenerates. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna regenerate.
I'm gonna look. I'm up at the front, right, with Marcus and Neil, right? I'm gonna look at Neil, who I see is a similarly brawny warrior, and I've seen.
I'm sorry, Bloody Wolf.
Very sorry. I mean, bro. Yes, it's complicated. Like, I am a hero, capital H, but you are all heroes. But it's bloody, brawny wolf is not.
Sure.
Not capital B brawny. He's lowercase brawny.
It's a descriptor, Elizabeth.
Exactly. You get it. Like one soul Ed, or
Right.
four. You are four soul.
No.
You're four soul, Marcus.
Yes. No.
I was going to say, we should set up Kara Jin. She's very accurate. And I'm going to, leap forward and do a power swing to try and set up Kara Jin.
I will also do the same thing. I will while she's doing that. Right? Yes.
Yes.
I will start stowing my shield and getting ready with my bastard
Okay, are you
sword.
both
with
taking two power swings at the same time then?
Yes, please.
All right. So as you both begin to kind of cycle around, almost like pincer attacking from the two sides of this giant land octopus, you can both roll your power swing attack rolls.
That's me looking for an in on this.
17 plus 6 to hit.
That hits.
That first one is only going to be an 11.
An 11 misses, unfortunately.
I'm going to use all my stamina and power swing again.
Okay, go for it.
I got nothing left to dodge or block this turn.
All right.
That's 8. That's even worse. That's a 8.
Stamina used.
right.
It's too hard to find where in its body a nice strike would be, and as you do hit something, it's just exterior wounds that leave no significant impact to its health. You, however, do manage to complete the strike.
I rolled a 12 on my d12, which is 17 points plus
Nice.
another 2 because it's a power swing.
Nice. 19 points of damage on one strike. That's awesome. You carve into it with your heavy two-handed blade, and as it sticks into its body, it reacts and withdraws slightly, and as it does, you can see its distraction pulled away from the rest of your friends. It puts it in a somewhat, unfortunately, not staggered, but frenzied, anxious position. Awesome.
I think I'll save my stamina, but that reduces its block range, its perfect block range by 3 for
Got
its
it for
next next attack.
That's awesome.
I'm going to, hearing Bree shout me out.
Actually, at the end of its attack, it's going to go ahead and use one of its counters to take a tentacle swipe. And I'll say probably at you because you were the one that recently just dug into it. Not to roll to attack, but that it is.
It's staggered, right?
It's not staggered. It's just
stagger
it's more of a
This is like a double round setup to stagger this.
exactly.
Yeah.
That will be 11 points of physical damage coming your way.
I'm going to take it and instead step in,
Okay.
expending 10 points of 10 focus points.
Correct.
Right? And then instead of blocking or dodging, I'll just attack again with the weapon.
Yeah. Great. So you take the full brunt of that.
Yep, which was, what did you say, 11 points?
It's 11 points of physical damage. Yeah.
Okay. And I have to roll to hit, right?
Correct.
Okay. Do I have to expend stamina to do this?
No, it's a free damage as part of the skill.
Well, it doesn't really matter. I rolled a 2, so it's only 8 points.
That misses, unfortunately. You go to the step in, you take the hit, and you go to swing, but unfortunately, it gets stuck amongst the tentacles and you have to pull it free. But good try, good try. All right, so now you can go ahead and take your turn.
All right. Yeah, hearing Bree shout me out, I'm going to slide, put my bow away, and run in with my shield and dagger, and try and get into its fleshy, weak spots.
Okay.
I'm gonna do 2 dagger attacks.
2 dagger
I
attacks.
think.
Go for it.
Oh my god, one of them is a natural 1, so that
that's great.
sucks. But the other's 15, which is 19.
That hits.
Yeah, that's good. That's 4 plus 2, which is 6. Basic math there.
Nice.
For
6
ya.
points of physical damage. It's going to use its another
you.
another counter to. Okay. You watch as it begins to heal up its wounds.
Oh, not good.
It begins to regenerate areas where the bits of your weapons have carved through its flesh. So you get the sense now it can begin to heal slowly over time. But that's the last of its counters. Anybody else want to go?
It's the last of his counters.
I can go.
I
but
mean, we gotta get this thing down, right? I will use my remaining stamina to attack again with my bastard sword.
All right, go for it.
18 plus 6 to hit.
That hits.
2 plus 5, 7 points.
7 points of
And I
damage. Great.
swung two-handed. Wait, is that right? Yes.
Yeah, with your shield away.
Yeah, because I
so-
put my shield away. Yes. So that's an extra. So plus another 6 points of damage.
Ooh, so 13. Great. Big heavy chunks. You can now see between the 2 heavy hits and the retort from Nil over here, the center of its massive tentacles is showing heavy wear and tear, and it's leaving globules of its own necessary viscous liquids upon the beach ground around it.
would you like to, or should I?
What I would like to do is, I would like to use and spend 1 stamina to throw a holy water pot directly at its eyeball.
That's such an original thing to do.
I've never ever done before.
So roll an attack.
Feels like a dream that happened before.
Foggy dream before we were in a cave. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Is that 15? So that's 19.
19 hits. Now, interestingly enough, you do not see an eyeball in this creature. You do see a beak that emerges from the massive tentacles.
A mouth?
Yeah, but it
Is there
can
a
be. There is a mouth within that beak.
I'm gonna throw it in the mouth.
There you go. So when an eye's not available, go for the mouth. So go ahead and roll the damage.
At least you hit it in the throat, and then the throat explodes, and like. All right, so that's 6, 7. All right, so that's 7 points of fire damage.
7 points. Got it. So the beak kind of opens up and snatches, swallows it. And it stands there for a second. And gives this like a sorrowful screech as you see this kind of light and this burst of smoke begin to out of its mouth. Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
I'll go ahead and I'll dash forward, and I'm gonna plant my spear in the ground next to me, and I take the staff in both hands, and I bring it out before me, do this, and it floats, staying right here, and these runes appear around the top of the staff, and I'm gonna cast Carrion Piercer.
Okay.
And a spectral sword emerges from the front of the staff, and I just jam it into the creature.
This massive spectral blade emerges, and then he grabs it and thrusts forward with it for a...
That's a 16 plus 9.
that hits.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage.
What am I? 46. That's 15, that's 10, 16, 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. Nice. All right. As the blade strikes into it, you can see now this giant tentacle creature is showing some severe signs of injury, but it is angry and hungry and not backing down.
I'm going to spend 2 more stamina to do 2 more dagger attacks. And the whole time I'm gonna try and get his attention. Hey! Don't you touch the prophetess! Okay, that first one is a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
The second one is a 23 to hit.
Both hit. Go and roll damage.
That is 6 damage for the first one and 3 damage for the second.
Got it. Nice. So you stab, stab. Now, in order to get this dagger in, you gotta get up close and personal with this thing, and it's just like, it's incredibly massive compared to you, and you're just like, oh, come on, like trying to shank this wall of flesh.
Yeah.
but you're doing it. You feel like you're doing something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good Saturday night.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Does it cost stamina to use your either Crimson or Cerulean Tears?
It takes one. You don't. Doesn't cost one, but you.
Just have an available one.
Yeah, have to have one available to do it. Is it everyone's turn, or?
I can. I'll do one more. I can do one spear strike still with the stamina I have left. So
Go
I'll
for
go
it.
ahead and do that. So I bring the staff back around. I pull the spear out of the ground. And I go. It would behoove you to pay attention. And I stab the spear into
You got
the
it.
creature.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
14.
14 hits.
Hey ho! All right.
This is a large entity.
That would be 5 points of physical
5
damage.
points of physical damage. All right. You stab it, and it draws back a little bit. It's starting to feel the fear a little bit, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to withdraw, or if it's just going to fight that much harder.
You're going to put hooves on it with magic. That's nice.
Sure, why not? Yes, that's exactly what I'm planning to do.
Nice. Way to go.
Ah.
Does that finish the player turn, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It is now back to the giant land octopus's turn. Gets its counter stuff back there. It's going to attempt a grab and chew combo. So first, it goes ahead and
I've been there. I've been there.
swings a wide tentacle strike over towards you, Prophetess. Shh. Are you going to attempt to?
I'm gonna attempt to dodge it, and as I dodge said attack, I'm gonna say, "This is a not-for-profit attack."
Oh.
17.
17. Dodge entirely out of the way. The words were too strong. You could see as it rears back to strike you, it goes.
Even you realize the way. This is the truth.
And then it turns around.
I'm wrong?
And it's going to go ahead and go after you.
I think you are wrong.
It's going to go after you.
Okay, great.
Since you're the other one that just stabbed it with the spear and jammed it with a giant magical sword. So,
Yeah.
okay. You take, as it rears back the other way, a tentacle grabs and pulls you in, and the giant beak snatches onto your body and just begins to chew and grind you into its mouth. You take
Get the grab and chew combo, only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
24
Super
points
Bowl
of physical damage.
Okay, am I able to dodge? If
you have the stamina
I have the
for it.
stamina, but am I able to try and like wriggle out of the way?
You can, yeah.
Nope. That's 6.
Perhaps if you believed harder, you would be imbued with the power of the
There's
prophetess.
24 points of physical damage to you. As now you see Marcus's legs are sticking out like Audrey too.
Oh, no.
Just currently being chewed within the mouth of this entity.
Oh, no.
He's a good guy.
That finishes its turn.
14.
It's your go. Your stamina returns.
Oh, yes. We gotta get.
They're all still
Twin
down
soul
healing
out of
points,
there.
correct?
I believe so.
I'm still narratively grappled inside this tentacles, right? I'm like
narratively,
inside,
yeah, but you can still take your turn and pull away.
Okay, great.
I'm going to look. I've seen the prophetess hurl the holy water into the mouth of the creature, and seen that it hurt it from within.
Oh no.
And I look and say, "Always, you are showing me the way." And I'm going to leap into the mouth of the creature and say,
You were gonna throw the fire pot.
I am throwing the fire butt, and I'm going to leap in and say, "Time for Holy Communion!" And leap in and blow up with another dragon fire from
right there.
attempting within the creature.
I'm gonna yank Twin Soul out at the same
You should
time.
be here for this.
Yanking Twin Soul out.
You pull Marcus free from the beaked maw of this creature just in time to have Brigida dive right back in like a slip and slide into a nightmare. All right, so go ahead and mark off your focus points,
Hell yeah.
and then let's roll some damage.
No, is this gonna hit us too?
No,
Not
this
from
is
the inside
actually,
of this creature.
and actually, the wording is only enemies. So my fire knows who's my buddies. Okay. All enemies within take 5d6 fire damage. Bada boom, bada bam. Okay, that's going to be 15 points of fire damage.
How do you want to do this?
Take that.
I've been watching your show for so many years. I gotta. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I look at you as you are being pulled out, and I'm leaping in. My
Every critical
tons
role
of
fan
red
stream getting on the
braids with
show
woad and different clay
and
in
getting
them.
it how you want to
Begin
do
to
this.
light my eyes. The irises go bright red, and as I'm going in, I say, "It is always hard to take the first step in believing." I give you a quick smooch on the lips.
On the front of my helmet.
The helmet, a couple extra because it has to go through the metal. And I reach out to you and say, "I believe." And the dragon head erupts from my body. And Phil, roiling all the veins of this inky black monstrosity begin to glow with embers and spread down all the tentacles. The prophetess shows you the way. She just needs a fire to light it.
I love a true believer.
So, where once there was a small campfire, there is now a pyretic blaze burning like a beacon in the fresh night along the beachside here, as this creature slowly
Still not convinced?
comes to the end of its life, a smoldering, towering flame marking your victory. So with that, between all the soldiers and the land octopus, all of you gain
Yes, runes.
Treasure.
Give me them runes.
25 runes from this
A
fight.
piece?
A piece.
Whoa.
And
Crazy over here.
from the bodies of 2 of the soldiers,
Oh, we get items.
you do also find some smithing stone shards.
I'll pass one down for you all to read.
Do we all get a smithing stone
Oh,
shard?
no, we just get a couple.
2 that you
Found 2 of
found.
them.
Discard 3 smithing stone shards to increase a single weapon's attack bonus, a weapon's damage, or a shield's block by 1. So wait, each one of these that you gave us is 1?
Correct.
Right, so
we
we have
get
to
some
collect more of them.
more.
And
So we need
Upgrade
more to
someone's
do
weapon.
anything.
Looking
You can
at
search
that
around places for.
looking at that right now, I know we weren't able to get the combo off this time, but it does occur to me that making a shield's block go up, like weapons attack bonus is good and weapons damage is good. Having the block on your block go up makes some very cool stuff happen because we like,
As long as they come at me.
yeah.
Maybe I should lean into some intimidation or something some more. Okay.
So now, at about this time, the night sky and the stars above, and the lands between, divided amongst the strange, shimmering, golden winds that blow through the darkness above, you can see that one thread of grace that draws you further along the coastline towards the beachside cliffs of which you were originally guided. But this moment of rest is yours. The nearby ruins to your back, the firelit camp by the ocean, and the path before you. What would you like to do?
Drink some crimson tears.
Okay.
As I'm very injured.
Noted.
So I'll use one of those.
I think I will as well, actually.
Go for
I'm gonna
it.
scan the horizon and see if I see any more of those sacred campsites.
Make a perception check.
15.
15. You don't see any other sites of lost grace, none of those golden glimmers. All you can see is that faint thread that you saw projecting from it, arcing into the distance, leading you towards the seaside cliffs.
Okay.
Don't see anything.
You don't see these beautiful, beautiful stars that have appeared out of nowhere?
Oh, no, I do see that.
That's a gift.
That's amazing.
That's a gift. Lighting the way,
What does it mean?
that our way is lit.
I'm starting to figure it out. I think I've
Oh,
got it. We're good. I figured out this whole situation here.
What did you figure out?
It matters that you believe. Each one of you believes in her.
Of course it matters.
But it only matters because you believe. You know, you get it? Never mind, I'm not going to explain it.
If you did not care about me at all, you would not care about me at all.
Like when she says that, how do you not jump right on board? Like when she said that, how do you
Because
not?
it's blankly
a slightly
obvious.
different inflection
It
that made
means-
the whole difference.
Means so much more.
No, yes. I'm just gonna go with it. Okay.
Pony Tyler.
You hit a wild bass note at the end of that.
It's miraculous we did that on a flute.
I know, it's like I have a whole orchestra in this flute.
Your steeds are summoned, yours less than eager, but present.
Super. I love you.
Spectral horse poops. What does the spectral horse shit? Can I just... What is he shit?
Oh, it wasn't a shit. It was a ghostly.
Oh, of course.
Your ghost horse did poop earlier. Right? Someone's did.
I think it was also.
Yes, has.
Yes,
Wait,
If it's a ghost poop, it would hit the ground and go straight through it to the core of the planet.
Yeah.
So all the ghosts who ever poop, all their poop just collects at the very core.
That's what's in the core of this planet?
Scientists
And-
have told us that the core of our planet is made
Yeah,
of.
those are the lands underneath. It's the. Come here for all your Elden Ring hardcore lore folks.
Elden Ring
Bake more,
equine
you should
needs.
know.
Yes. You have entered the Ghost Apple lands.
So the way to the castle. If we cannot see a site of lost grace, then perhaps we should just continue straight on to the castle.
To the cave?
At the cave, yes. That is where
Okay,
Milana
to the
said that
castle.
there was a secret path.
All right.
Goes for that.
Did you all catch Milana, Melina,
That one.
whatever their name was?
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
The whole time I was like ready to.
Yeah, skitsen kunnen we zien.
Absolutely.
I was coiled like a spring.
They knew a little too much.
A lot of biting, huh?
I only got axed for the first time like 3 days ago. Huge improvement. Before that, all biting.
That's why all of your teeth are all
You gotta be ready.
jagged and.
Where I come from, and no, we're all in the lands between now. Where I come from, you gotta be ready.
I've had a fourth weapon this whole time. I never thought about it like that.
It's beautiful.
Man, you're all so smart. Anyway, I was curious. Because this Melina person?
I wrote down Milana, so I'm right there with you.
All right. They're like, go and go to the castle and overthrow somebody and become a lord. Is it only one of us that become a lord?
Yes, I was thinking about that earlier. Is it,
All
like,
right.
do we all become lords, or is this like a King of the Hill sort of situation?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I nominate the prophetess.
Of course
If
you
it
do.
is only one of us.
I don't know that. I mean, I do not purport to speak for you, but oftentimes holy people or seers do not want to be in a position of power or politics.
I believe that it's a violation to intertwine the two. I believe that there should be a separation of sorts.
Yeah.
That way, the amount of power does not go to one's head, and the decisions are being made with the good of the people in mind, and not just greed and how one might grow.
That's the first time I believed something you said. Honestly, if I'm speaking honestly, that was nice.
Wow.
It's who I am as a person.
And he's right back where he was.
I follow the prophetess. Very little that I know. But I do know what I don't know, which is almost everything.
You're learning.
No
So,
kidding.
I follow prophetess because I believe she is right person to lead. But if she does not want it, then I trust her judgment in that as well. I do not feel the need to be this person. But this person must be. Even if it's not me.
I don't have any aspirations to be a ruler. I just want to find my cat.
What if, in finding your new power, you could use it to find your cat?
If that's what it takes. I just want to snuggle. But I feel like we are losing time. Should
Yeah, I
we
feel like this is a
continue
bridge
on?
we can cross when we get to it. If we
Alright.
get to it. Yeah, so it's cave, right?
Yes,
To the
but
cave!
perhaps we should
Oh.
ride slowly and be scanning for lights off of the
Yes.
road in case we stumble upon one of those sites of lost grace. Quoi? Qu'est-ce que c'est?
So you're saying that we should scan the land, if you will?
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds stupid.
Look, we've taken a short halt. We should continue on.
I don't understand these words. They sound raunchy and nasty.
I believe that we should carry on so that we don't burn daylight. Let's proceed.
All right, horse Tasha, let's go.
A gentle, careful trot forward along the.
While perceiving.
Indeed. Who? I'll say two of you can keep point on being lookout to roll perception checks.
Perception.
I perceived once and didn't find anything, so.
I'm not gonna do perception because I don't have good perception, but I'll make a survival. Can I make a survival check to maybe give us advantage on a later stealth check?
I'll allow that, yeah. To go ahead and gauge the landscape around you and
Yeah.
ensure that you know kind of the best ways to adapt to the topography ahead.
Did a little mid-session dice swap out. Had to go back to the good performers here. Let's see.
That's how it goes.
Hey, all right. 17.
17, okay, good to know. Keeping that in mind. Noting the rocky formations that form the edge of the seaside cliff, you get the sense that a lot of the rocks are hollow, at least towards the base elements, a lot of them kind of volcanic in makeup, which would probably, one, make a lot of the ocean shore and wind-moving elements to cause a lot of sound. So as long as you can keep your movement almost blending in with the sound of that wind and whistles that might permeate around there, it might help you blend in a little better. So that will help in future stealth rolls.
As I gallop, I am also sort of just saying, Sonku, and I rolled a 18 perception.
Got it.
And that would be a 19 perception.
90 perception. One, you both keep eyes out towards the shoreline ahead of you and can see some sort of a large ox-type creature that has fallen on the side and is currently being pulled apart and eaten by smaller versions of those same tentacled masses that you had just fought. And so with that, you manage to kind of scoot a distance. They seem so enthralled with their current meals, they do not pay attention, thankfully noting their presence at a distance. So you avoid that.
Is that your pet boar? The one that's eating the octopus?
Look out.
Being eaten by.
I look out.
Make a perception check.
10.
10. Hard to tell at this distance, but probably not, given the fact that they did not travel with you.
No. No, I do not think that boar is Tasha. Tasha is safe. Back where I left her.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is your horse's name Horse Tasha? Like that's the whole name? Because your boar was Tasha.
In my boar Tasha. If I name horse Tasha, then I get them confused.
Right. So his name is Horse Tasha.
Yeah, my horse Tasha, because he's. You say this like I wrong, but
No,
you
no,
actually
I
what
just-
I do
no, look,
makes
I just
sense.
got
So
it.
you just say you know.
No, I just understood.
You're very smart guy. You do wizard magic, and so I feel judged
One of the
when you go like,
creatures-
why ain't horse Tasha?
Keep it quiet a little bit.
You just say you command a lot of status, so like when you say stuff this judgmental,
I was being judgmental. I was just trying to. I just understood it. I was just pointing out something that I just got it.
Okay.
Like it's me.
Yes, I name horse Tasha because if horse is just Tasha, then there is two Tashas, and it's really confusing.
Right. Except the other one's not here.
Yeah, but I think about her all the time.
While you were having this debate, you keeping your keen eyes out can see there is a path that curves up, and what you, in the little bit of low light that's coming through the strange gossamer lit sky above, an entryway that carves into the seaside rock.
The cave. The cave. Ahead. I've spotted it. So, when we approach, there could be guards, there could be traps, there could be any number of hidden monsters. Should we go sneakily or just charge right up?
I vote yes.
Yes, to which one?
Sorry, sneaky.
Okay.
I am also for the sneaking.
Prophetess has the best ideas.
Prophetess has spoken.
Yes.
I'm gonna jump up on a little rock outcropping and try to look around for like the wind moving through the stones and see if there's some way to approach the cave or some other, if it's formed by like the sea and wind coming in. So I want to try to use that earlier survival check and see if there's some better way to approach the cave or some other little eddy or crevice.
As you head up to the side and you clamber up one of the larger kind of rock elements, the wind kind of blows by in gusts, and as it does, it hits some of the openings, kind of where the seaside erosion has impacted with the volcanic rock, and occasionally creates these tones. And you note that almost maintaining some of those tones as you carefully move through could help blanket some of the general travel noise, as well as maintain the idea that the wind is undisturbed passing through the cave.
And look at the little spectral whistle in my hand, and look at the little holes in it, and I say,
There are signs everywhere. Whistle, bring horse Tasha. Cave is a whistle. Incredible. Incredible. You're so good at this.
and I'll try to help us on a stealth roll, using that wind cover to get in.
Okay, so you'll have to dismount and disperse your horses to step through stealthily, but as you set the steeds off to wherever realm they were brought from, I would like you all to make a stealth check. As part of your roll earlier, I will say that one of you is allowed advantage after rolling.
After rolling?
Cool.
All right.
So okay.
Like in a just in case?
Yeah, one re-roll essentially.
One were to roll a 7, if it were.
All right.
12.
12, okay. And
11 for me, 12, 7.
14.
24.
So Prophetess should probably re-roll.
Go for it.
With the gift of foresight, she rolls again.
Wait, what were we rolling?
She's the best prophet ever.
Whoa, it's a 15, okay.
Okay.
She's not a prophet. She is a dingbat.
With the guidance of nature and your protector, you all begin to huddle into this tight cavern space, gently and occasionally following their lead. We kind of carry that hum and whistle of the wind, which becomes a bit challenging the further in you go, as the low-tide seaside stench gives way to a much stronger, rich scent of damp earth, still water, and rot. Fleshy rot. Stepping in deeper and deeper as the cavern almost begins to curve at an incline, you begin to see signs of small, ramshackle structures, huts or buildings that are cobbled together with scavenged stone and wood, bits of leather that have been stretched over, and piles of refuse that stink horribly. You can see broken weapons and what look to be bones scattered about, picked clean.
Can I look at the bones and see if I can discern what turned them to bones?
You can make an investigation check if you'd like.
Investigation.
Whoa.
Oh. I mean, can read it.
Yeah.
20 total.
20 total, yeah. Glancing down and looking into the space, this looks to be almost like a sentry point. Like it's placed in a way where someone would watch and keep an eye from the cave. But there's nobody at the sentry point at the moment. A sentry point for a general military positioning, but the construction here is very rudimentary.
Like old as fuck?
No, recently, but just cobbled together.
Gotcha.
Of creatures not as refined as maybe the soldiers that you battled before. And looking at the build and looking at the bones, you can see a whole manner of scrapes and gashes across the bones that you ascertain to be teeth marks. You can see some are broken and some have been sharpened. It looks like there are elements of them have been carved and whittled and possibly used for tools that are not present here.
The bones?
Elements of the bones here. These that remain here are humanoid, and it looks like they are the remains of numerous meals. It's at this point you hear upwards in the cavern. And you hear about a dozen other voices.
Dozen. Look over. I think we hear about trolls before. Things like that.
Now might be a good time to retreat and make a plan. Without stepping on anything that might make a loud noise that might draw more attention.
They've clearly been alerted. We've gotten in here theoretically stealthily, and this is a sentry point that we know they're going to come to look out on. Are there crevices or niches around here that we can
Ambush?
The background just changed. Why?
Glancing around in this space, very clearly, yeah, there are a number of outcroppings in small bits of wedged stone entryways where you could very easily step off to the sides and prepare yourselves if that be what you wish.
Yeah.
Any awful or like nasty remnants around here? I'm just gonna reach down, grab, and just rub on myself really quickly and say, "Prophetess, your resplendent holiness, am I permitted to? Can I?"
I think that I will find another way, but I appreciate your
Okay, just
enthusiasm.
No judgment in brainstorm.
Bring it over here. I'll take it. Yes. I get. We vibe. I get you. I'll also take some bones and just sort of cover myself up in bones.
Okay.
Just gonna hide behind a rock.
Okay.
Like a normal person.
Brilliant.
Marcus, there's a bunch of blood and poop on the ground. You want some on you?
It would clog my armor.
Good point. That's good thinking. You're a smart guy.
Kara's really confused and doesn't know what to do, so she just kind of like flops prone and just kind of rolls.
Perfect. You look like a dead body, exactly.
Okay. And then, yeah, rolled to the corner and just like,
Okay. With these people.
Prophetess, are you hiding amongst the cavern walls with them?
You know that thing that you do where you climb up the inside of a wall or like a door frame, and you do
Oh, you
that
just
little
kind
thing.
Push off.
You kind of hold. I don't know that there is a door frame, but
Probably not.
I would like to do that, but like under a rock, like sprawl out like that under a rock in this weird shape, like knees out to the right,
Okay.
the left, arms up,
Okay.
and then just kind of
Just kind of perched.
yes.
Okay.
she's got magic
Laying
and
in
core
wait.
strength.
So rare to find both.
Yeah. All right. As you all kind of settle into your spaces, about that time you can hear. And the sound of numerous feet beginning to tear through. As you all kind of carefully, quietly hold your breath in that space, you see figures begin to step from deeper in the cavern. Initially, you see about 4 or 5 hunched-looking humanoid figures. These kind of wide arches to their long necks and these kind of protracted lower jaws with hooked, broken teeth beneath. They look almost like they were human or mockeries of humanity that have been twisted by some dark magic over time or by some dark ritual. You can see on them bits of hide and leather armor that they've either cobbled from the corpses of those they've eaten or have placed together by other kills in the region. They carry with them large clubs and scavenged blades, and you see them kind of walking through, sniffing. As the 4 of them step out, 2 larger ones kind of pull in from behind them, each looking like a pair, male and female chieftains almost, themselves more heavily armored. Both of them holding what looks to be large, almost machete-like blades towards the bottom of the hands, and just kind of... And you see behind them 2 more of the smaller ones. So 8 of them in total with the 2 larger ones. But they are stepping right into the center of this chamber and for the moment have not noticed you. But they do smell something is up.
The moment that so you said there's 4, 2 big ones, 2 big uns.
And then 2 of the regular ones again in the back.
And then 2 of the regular ones.
What, in terms of spatial awareness, are all of them within the same distance category? Are all of them generally clumped enough close together that they would be considered in the same distance category?
We'll say, from a spatial awareness standpoint, if the cavern goes this way, you have all kind of taken to the sides. These are the 2 large ones. There are these 4 up front about here. Then there are these 2 kind of to the flank right there.
That's a whole bunch of bad guys.
So you're saying that all of those would technically count within a short distance?
They would, yeah.
Nice to know.
I kind of prone on the ground as the cluster of 4 start to step over my body. I'm going to roll over and go, no! And I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna do a spinning slash to the 4 that
Fall
I'm
on
near.
the front.
Okay, so you do now have an ambush round, which means you guys get to go first.
Feels good.
Feels good.
Feels good.
That stuff paid off. Feels good. So yeah,
you're-
that's me. And if
Yep.
I can like kind of roll into them,
Into here?
into the, can I kind of get in the center of them and so I can hit all 4 of those
Yeah,
fuckers?
I'd allow that. You can swing in there. Oh my
That
god.
one's drunk.
There you go. Yeah, go
home,
for it.
Shipton. You're drunk. All right. So how many am I hitting with my spinning
4.
slash? 4. Attacks against all of them, correct?
Yep.
My scimitars. Okay. First one's a natural 19.
Hits.
Second one is a 15 total.
Hits.
I've got an 18 total
Hits.
and another 15 total.
Hits. All of them hit.
That's solid.
Let's go. Okay. And oh, nope, you don't count. Go away. Okay. And so damage here, pretty good. 8 damage to the first.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 4 of their rolls. 6 damage to the second.
Okay.
12 damage to the third.
Okay.
11 damage to the fourth.
Dang.
Nice.
That's a great round.
This whirlwind of blades after screaming now, getting all of your attention. All of a sudden, they all kind of pull their weapons free and spin around. However, you're spinning much faster and begin to ginsu your way between the center of that fray. As an immediate counter,
Oh no.
both of the demi-human chiefs there are going to. They're both going to go ahead and just slash at you with their blades.
Okay.
So that's 2 strikes against you. If you would like to dodge or block any of them.
Tell me damage first, right?
It's 11 physical damage and 11 physical damage. They both rolled the same.
Okay. I'm going to 11. I'm gonna block the first one.
Okay.
Perfect block. Give me a perfect. No. Big no.
That's imperfect.
Very imperfect. 6.
So
nothing.
no, so you take this 11 minus your armor roll.
Right. 10. So, nope, wrong side of the pencil. 38. Got this. Okay, you know what? Let's go to Vegas, baby. Blocking again.
Okay, go for it.
Oh! Wait! Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
That was a
18! I did it!
3-act play.
Woo! Perfect! Because I'm a +2 my black.
It's a perfect block.
Perfect block!
So the first one just.
Foaming out the back.
The first blade kind of catches you off the side of the cheek and the jaw, and the searing pain's there. The anger builds in you, and as the other blade comes toward you, you pull your shield up and actually push them back. You take 0 damage from the attack, and they are staggered.
Staggered.
What is
So
it?
which
one
one
of the
is
big ones?
staggered?
This one is staggered
Incredible.
there.
What does
Okay,
staggered mean
staggered.
mechanically?
Mechanically, staggered means the next attack against it has advantage and does an additional 1d12 damage.
I have a single target attack that can really.
Go
But
for
yeah,
it.
go. No, you go.
Whatever.
No, buddy, no. You can do your thing. Do your thing.
Because I can attack all of them, in one fell swoop.
There you go.
I would like to,
Maybe you should hold that until.
like a death knell.
Well, no, you can still do it.
So wait,
but if he has a powerful single attack,
it's only one advantage, right?
It's only one
Yeah,
advantage
technically
roll.
it's a bunch of attacks at all, so I would only get advantage on one of them. So if yours is one roll, then go ahead and do it.
Is yours a roll, or is it just a thing that happens?
No, it's an attack roll with a +5 on every enemy in front of you within a short distance.
So you, but your individual attacks as well. It's not just one
So
roll.
you go ahead.
I will.
or I could do a
Yeah,
gigantic
you
swing
can
against
do
this
one
thing.
single attack,
Yeah.
and whoever does that, yeah.
I'll say this: I have a spell that is an attack against a single target, and if it hits, it does a bunch of damage to everyone around them.
Yeah.
All right. You win rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, so it's a
Tactical
roll.
rock paper scissors.
And a question about skills and abilities.
Yeah.
I know you can only use one per turn. Can you use both if you have the focus points to use both, or is it just one spell per?
It's just one spell per turn.
Cool.
It's just kind of the limitation, unless it says otherwise.
Okay.
Like he has one that he can do multiple times in a turn, but it's the little pebbles.
Gotcha. Okay, this is Feast Upon Flame. Roll an attack roll against the target on a hit. They take damage no matter what, but it's better if it hits. Oh yes, that's a 21.
21 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, so the one that you just staggered is gonna take 66 fire damage.
Plus the d12.
Plus the D12. I gotta. Oh, gang, we didn't think we were gonna use it. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Get it out. We got it. Hold on. Yeah. Good. Here we go.
Oh, the
okay.
bounty.
The bounty.
12s are the loneliest number. Poor D12.
Barbarian hit points, great axes, and that's kind of all she wrote.
It's like the xylophone of D&D.
Yeah. Witchbolt, thankfully, does give it a little love.
Okay, 66. D12. Oh my god!
Holy
Jesus. Okay, that's 15, 21, 25,
The
a
D12
1 on the
is the
D12.
weakest.
D12, you had one chance. This was your moment and you blew it. I'm so sorry to say. Okay. That is 31 points of damage to the demi-human chieftain.
Got it.
And then everyone else within short distance takes 4d6 fire damage.
Go. Let's do it. Hell yeah.
Or are you also
Every
gonna-
enemy, every
Okay,
enemy.
Enemy, yeah.
And I don't think that D12 gets added to the. No.
Just that initial hit.
You gotta ask.
Of course.
Okay. Wow. That's great. Okay. 15 damage. Wow. So yeah, I looked down
Far
and see you
left,
staggering
before break.
the thing, and I covered in awful. Big ball of flame throw right at the demi-human.
I just used my shield to block from the fire.
To block just this area?
Yes.
Right there, this tiny little buckler in the arm. No! It does singe some of your hair off, but as the flames erupt around you, the divine protection from whatever entity this seal is marked towards that you hold in your hand, and your devotion to the prophetess, you are not yourself burned. However, the flames erupt around and engulf the space. The two that you had slashed fall to the ground screaming before curling up and are no longer living while everything else stands there kind of reeling from the fire angrily.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
That big guy's still alive? Or
Oh yeah, they're still standing, and the other four around there are still standing as well.
Okay.
So who else wants to go now?
Do we go?
No, you go ahead.
All right. Marcus will step up from behind the rock and goes, well, if we're all doing something flashy, then I'll, and he takes the takes the staff and he basically he spins it around his back and spins it up above his, twirls it above his head, and as it spins, it creates 5 points of light. These 5 pebbles, and they're gonna strike one at each around. So it will hit
those
the
rocks.
2 chieftains.
Right there.
Yeah, and then I'll hit the 2 in front,
Okay, go for it.
and then one in the ones in the back. Because I'm doing 5,
Sure.
which is all my stamina. So I'm gonna roll 5 d20s here.
Dude. You have 5 d20s?
I do. Okay, first one is going to be a. What's
You're
my
the
plus five?
anomaly here, not us.
17.
Hits.
That one's going to be a. Above a 17, so I assume it hits.
Hits.
That one is a natural 1, so no.
Nope.
Then that's a 16, and then a 18.
Hits.
Okay,
All right, so those two and those two hit.
Yeah.
So for the 2 chieftains,
2 chieftains, that is 1d4
Chiefs.
plus 5.
as they're called in the game.
So, first one is
Go Chiefs.
8 points of damage, 8 magic damage. Next one is 7 points of magic damage.
7 points of magic.
Then 9 points of magic damage. Wow. And 7 points of magic damage.
The 2 pebbles hit the 2 chieftains in the head. You see, like, one of them, their eye is now kind of partially blown out of the socket, and like a little bit of crimson is running down its face. Starts screaming. The other one took it heavy to the throat, and you can see there's a big lump already swelling. These 2 both just get pierced by it. It literally cuts through them, leaving a solid hole, and they both just collapse to the ground, the life leaving them. All right, who's next?
Almost down.
Actually, no, at the end of the turn, they're both going to take their counters, the second counters for the chieftains, and they're both going to take additional strikes.
Well, wait, no, because it spells, I can still use stamina to dodge and block.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Since you're right in that space, I'm going to say this one here is going to come towards you, and this one's going to go ahead and keep focused on... No, you fucking threw a fireball. It's going to come after you, too. As they both kind of dart over in this space and are going to arc towards you.
I'm fine, don't worry.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, so that is
Marcus
14 points of physical and 14 points of physical.
14 points of physical. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and block with my shield. I'm going to try blocking. I haven't done that yet.
Go for it.
14. Maybe it is D20.
Glad I blocked because the dodge would have just wasted his stamina. That's a 5.
So 14 points of physical to you.
That's a 19.
19, you reduce it by an additional d6.
With this shield, my carrying glintstone shield, I reduce it by a D8.
Great. Hell yeah.
Reduced that by 3, so.
Got it.
D8, there it is. By 7. So how
Okay.
much was the damage?
The damage was 14.
14 minus
So minus 3 and then minus your armor.
Oh,
Physical
yeah,
armor
minus my
too.
armor.
Okay, that finishes their reactions and counters. Who else wants to go this turn if they haven't already?
I will draw my bastard sword and sort of scrape it along the rock wall, making sparks fly as
Right.
I jam it two-handed into the one that's severely hurt.
They're both pretty hurt. The one that's hurt the most would be this one there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for her.
Go for it.
11 plus 6 to hit, 17.
That hits. Go roll
Okay.
damage.
I'm using two-handed strike, yes. Come on, D12. 13 plus 2, so 15 points of damage.
Great. The blade carves through across the shoulder, and you see it gets caught, like in the upper chest area in the armor. The creature reaches up and then grabs the blade, looks you in the face before yanking and pulling it out of their own flesh.
As they're
back.
pulling it out, I'm going to force it back down and hit again with
Go
the
for
same
it.
sword. 18 plus 6
That
to
definitely
hit.
hits. Go and roll damage.
Same everything. Come on. 12 plus everything. 17, 22 points of damage.
You from it being pulled back out of the wound. You down. It sinks even lower into the shoulder. It's now about 2 inches past where the top is. The creature screams in pain at your face. Blood kind of begins to split out of its chin. It looks very hurt.
Okay, that's probably all I can do. So I'm just gonna stand locked with it with my sword embedded.
Alrighty. Anybody else?
I'm gonna. Wait, first I'm gonna ask: is everyone good on hit points? Everybody's.
I am at half.
For now.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Define okay.
I'm just 10 down. I'm still pretty good.
About 80%, I'm good.
Yeah, also about 80%.
Marcus is rough, but he's not a believer, so.
I'm not important. It's fine. You do what you're gonna do.
All right. So I am going to take this opportunity to attack all of the remaining standing beasts.
Oh.
And if I'm gonna attack a beast,
So you're gonna
I'm
shift over
gonna
here to
need-
get all of them in the front of you?
yeah,
Alrighty, go for it.
a beast claw.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna go after all of them, and again, pull them out. They come out in a cone. So this time I would like to shoot it out and have them kind of surround them, and just have like the blades surround, and then just
They just carve and rake through them like
How many of
massive
them are left
divine
standing?
scythes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 standing currently.
All right. So
First
let's
one
see.
is
That's a 15 plus 5, so that's a natural 20.
Yes.
natural 20 on the first one?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a natural 20 on him.
And then it's a 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a natural 1, which is a 6 after everything said and done.
Misses.
And then an 11.
Okay, gotcha. The 11 actually just hits on the last one there.
Yay!
Little guy. So you do miss that one, the one that's the most wounded, but the other 3 you do manage to hit. So go ahead and
Okay.
roll damage, and then they'll all take the same damage. That'll keep it easy.
Does that nat 20 get
eight.
double?
Was it a natural 20 or was it 20 total?
No, it was a natural 20.
Oh, then it would be double the dice on that first guy.
Okay. So then it's going to be. I just counted this. I'm dumb. Yeah. So that's 8 plus 5.
13 on the 1st? Or 8, 16? Yeah, he's dead.
Yay!
The blade just carves through him. He's like, and just crumples into pieces on the ground. And then it's 8 plus, you said 5 for the rest of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so 13 and then 13 there. He's also taken out in the back there. All the little dudes have now been sundered. The 2 are still standing. They're both looking angry and furious. All of their current companions in the middle of this kind of desolate, withered cave have now been brought low to the ground, and you can see the rage and fury building in their eyes. Does this finish the player turn?
I have one last thing I can do. I don't know if anyone else has any other actions.
No, I'm out.
Cool. I'm just going to take a swing with the battle axe.
Go for it.
That's going to be a 15 to hit.
15 hits against which one of the 2?
I'll do whichever one is looking sadder.
Got it. That's the one that your blade is still stuck in right now.
Into, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna look at it and say, I like your work. And that's an 8 on the die. That's going to be 12.
12. It carves in, and you now have 2 blades, 2 weapons stuck into this creature. It's
It's really hard. It's dense like wood, like chopping wood. You know?
I can't get it out.
Angrily, it growls beneath the impact and pain of your 2 weapons. Does that finish the player turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, retribution turn is up. The one that's there against the 2 of you is going to go ahead into a furious dagger combo. It's 3 strikes, so it's going to take 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
So taking this here.
Which one is this? The big guy? Or the other big guy?
They're both because it's the one that they
Yeah,
have both
they're-
of their blades stuck into. It's
Okay,
going to go ahead and
okay.
just like swing out with its daggers multiple times. So against you, that's going to be 12 points of physical damage.
Yeah. I'll try to block it. I'll block it. Why not?
Okay.
Just with my sword, I guess. 15 plus 1, 16 to block.
That'll block it, so you get to reduce the damage by a d6. And your
4.
armor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What was his roll?
It was 12.
I rolled 4 and an 8. No
damage. The blade just streaks across the edge of your sword as you parry to the side. Against you, Brigitte, that is going to be 14 physical damage.
Okay, let's go ahead. 40 physical damage. Let's go ahead and try to dodge that.
Okay, go ahead and roll for your dodge.
22.
22. You pull your axe free right as the blade comes towards you and just roll backwards out of the way. It goes free into the air.
I need you.
As it comes towards you for a 22 points of physical damage.
I will use step in. I'll just take it.
Okay.
But I will drive the blade deeper and lower as I do.
Okay, so 22 minus your armor roll, and then
armor.
Gets me over.
2. So
that's a 20 points of physical damage, and go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay. 14 plus 6.
14 plus 6. How do you want to do this?
I've been watching the show for years. I've never got a chance to do this. The blade is already partially sunken into this creature, and so I will just lock eyes with it and just say, "I want my cat!" And I will push the blade further and further down towards its midsection.
It strikes upward, sticks its own blade kind of in your abdomen as you're doing that. And you push it onto the ground, pushing your blade all the way through it. It kind of separates in the center.
That was really hot.
Thank you. I didn't try to do it in a hot way, but if it came out in a hot way, I'm not gonna
hey, we
fight
don't
it.
always plan for these things.
There's a je ne sais quoi about you.
I don't know what that means.
It's something we say back home. It's fine. It's just never mind.
The other one is going to go ahead and do its dagger combo. And it's going to dart back and forth between the prophetess and the warrior over here. It's going to strike to each of you. So for you
Not
first,
her, just me.
at first that is 20 points of physical damage.
Oh no!
You
But she's the chosen one.
do you have any stamina to try and avoid?
Dodge or do anything?
I could do something, but I'm gonna just gonna let it ride for the moment.
Okay, so reduce the amount by your armor roll, your armor dice. 2. All right, so it's 18 points of physical damage to you. For you, Mirsha, that is going to be 14 points of physical damage.
I will parry.
Perry? Perry?
I love it there. It has like a je ne sais quoi to it.
Right?
Saying it?
Right?
To be fair, that's how French people
It's
really are.
pronounced Gusly.
It's a rough gig being the sole voice of reason in the lands between. That's really rough, man. I'm so sorry.
I'm starting to think it's me. I'm starting to think I'm not.
Look, you do any multiplayer in Soulsborne games and you feel like the only person knows what they're doing, everyone shows up in weird hats.
I thought it was supposed to look cool.
Is that Shrek? What the?
15.
15 will block, so you reduce the damage
I do not. Yeah.
by d6 on top of your armor.
Did not stagger. Ugh.
So
Yeah.
14 minus.
Oh right, wait. A d6 plus my armor.
Correct.
So 2d6.
You did block, yeah.
Okay. Very. I rolled a 1 and a 2. It's pretty weak.
So 11
what
points,
should I?
11 points of damage. And then back to you, prophetess. That is okay. 18 points of physical damage.
Okay. I'm going to block.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
You're the prophet! You can see the future!
The divine prominence that has been granted via visions to the prophetess.
I love you so much.
I get it. I got it from you. It just. And then back, it's a feedback. But
Come on, bro.
What's this?
I believe in you. You did something that I saw. Don't try to make it subjective, philosophical, like it's all relative. This is she the real deal, man.
her eyes.
She did something. It was her.
Her eyes are mine, and mine are hers, and it is a constant feedback loop. Why don't you see it?
Cuckoo-ca-choo.
So as a perfect block, you take 0 damage.
And is there any?
and are
That
they
was the
staggered?
last.
And they are staggered. So as you, in that moment, the pain from the first strike hits you, you watch they swing over towards Kara, and then swings back towards you, and without even thinking, like full on Neo in the Matrix, slow block, you just shield comes up, whack, and just slam it back in their face. And you can see now, they already have one eye blown out, the other one now is like currently held back, and they're just having a rough day.
I can answer that, right?
Well, you can't now because it's the player turn, they're done.
That was their whole turn.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh, we
So
get
any
all our
movement
stamina back?
doesn't like mess with him on the staggered. Like there's only one movement allowed after like he's already staggered, right? That would like have the advantage.
Correct. Only one attack gets advantage against him, yeah.
Okay, great. Then I'm gonna use that opportunity to take my holy water pot and he's like staggered, so like I could walk up to him at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd like to get really, really close and take the
holy water pot, put it between my fingers like this, and walk up to him, and then slam it in his mouth.
Okay, so roll.
Oh, I get advantage.
You do.
Come on. All right, so that's a 16 plus 15. Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage of the Holly Pop plus 1d12.
That's D12 right there.
Oh, I don't use it, so I don't know what it looks like.
If I had a nickel.
All right, so let's see. That is 3 points plus 5, so 8.
8 points of holy damage to it. Jam it in its mouth. This like holy smoke evaporates from it. And the smoke has almost like an incense, like censer burning scent to it. Like a faint clove essence to it. It's rather nice. Brimming forth from the creature's jaw. It's looking hurt. That was definitely a rough hit on its gullet.
Nice. Wait, it's all of our turns now,
Yeah.
correct?
You can keep going if you want to. The stamina. Anybody else can jump in if you want to.
He's no longer staggered.
No longer staggered, correct.
Okay.
I do want to take, I want to do something, but I would
Yeah.
take the opportunity. And at that moment, the prophetess falls over and she goes, "Ah!" And all of a sudden, a giant like burst of light comes out of her, and she is going to cast heal.
Okay.
So that she can not only heal herself, but all of the people around her get healed.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's a lot.
I could use it.
Healers, man.
All right, so that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you each get 12 points of damage.
Nice.
Back to full.
I get
Oh my
4.
god.
Oh, wait. Was that plus 5? Did I do plus 5? How much did I say?
You get a 7 and a 5, which is 12. And then
Okay, oh, plus 5, yeah.
Oh, plus another
17.
5.
So 17 points you get.
Oh, dang.
And then I get 48 plus 5.
Wow.
That really helps.
All right, so that's 7,
That's great.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Yeah,
13,
much more.
14,
Much
15,
better
16,
now.
17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
So 19 points of damage back, which I got 20, so
There you go.
boom, she's right back where she
That's fantastic. Heck yeah.
still don't believe.
No, that was wonderful. That's very helpful. I believe in that. That was great. But I'm not. I didn't say magic didn't exist. I'm in fact doing it a minute ago.
You kind of did, you know. Remember when we get out of the cave, you're like, I don't think magic real. Remember you said that?
No, I didn't say that.
I don't know. I don't remember. I was missing my pig. Okay.
I can understand. Yeah.
You're so good. Do you need anything? Is that taking you want the pillow?
Look, and
massage?
I go. I take my spear. I'm gonna make 3 strikes with the spear.
Nice. 3 strikes.
No, 2 strikes because I don't have enough stamina to do 3.
There
That's
you
why
go.
it costs 2. So I'll do 2 strikes with the spear. Okay. One is 14,
14 hits.
and the other is 8.
8 misses.
Uh-huh.
But you got 1 strike off on it.
All right. So that's 8 points of physical.
8 points physical damage to it. The spear hits. Takes the impact, but it's still holding strong.
God damn it.
The other one was when they got wrecked really early. This one's taking some wounds, but it's still holding on.
I'm gonna run in and try to set up Karajan again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go. I'm going to not preserve any of my stamina for reactions. I'm just gonna take 2 power swings again.
Go for
and
it.
try to create that block.
Okay, so you take your first power swing. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Okay, first power swing here. That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
That hits. Go and roll damage.
That's gonna be 8 plus 6 is 14.
14.
And the perfect block range comes down the next time someone tries to block it. So yeah, 14 damage, and I'll go for power swing.
I'm leaving.
I'll go for power
At the
swing.
end of your first attack, it's going to go ahead and use a counter to go ahead and shoulder check you. That's going to be 13 points of physical damage.
Take it.
Okay. Boom.
Take it.
Okay. Power swing number 2 coming
Do
in.
it.
That's 22,
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
and that's gonna be 12 points of damage.
12 points damage as you just sit carving with your axe. It's starting to, like, sections of its armor are starting to fall free, and you can see now, like, the bony, malformed rib cage beneath the skin that's, like, pushed against it is beginning to carve away. You can see the muscle exposed, and it's starting to flail about angrily, taken over by the rage of pain.
And I think in order to try to get it to target Karajen, I'm gonna like wail on it with my battle axe and then do like a acrobatic barbarian backward somersault to the range increment away from it to try to give it fewer targets.
You got it.
Cool.
All right, so from there you rush forward and dart backward, leaving it in the open. You got it. Who's up next?
As Bree somersaults backwards, I'm gonna slide under her with my scimitar and pop out, coming out from behind.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. 17.
17 hits.
That is 7 damage.
7 damage. It's going to use its second counter to go ahead and shoulder check you for 13 points of physical damage.
Block.
Parry.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing it now.
I'm doing it now.
Do my two stack? Is that 4? Is because it's 2 each time?
I'll allow it.
Cool.
Parry before.
Yeah, it's extra stamina to build up for that. That's mainly the
You said
point of it.
Barry last time,
parried
but it's a
once.
new, it's a new
But
round.
okay, hang on. You're right. I just want to make sure I'm tracking my
free
focus
form
points.
arts.
Down. I didn't track them before.
There it is. Parry Mason, if you will.
Parry. So what's my range?
You get another -4 just from my power swings.
So a
So 17 plus my
13 plus.
13 plus, yeah.
Wow.
Come on. Not that one. I don't believe in that one.
Whoa.
I believe in you. Don't fuck me, Gil. Roll a natural 1.
Oh, no.
Fucking Gil. God damn it.
So, no block, unfortunately. So 12 points of physical damage reduced by your armor roll.
Okay, so that's 8 points of damage. Not too bad. Bummer. That's okay.
It's a worthy setup. Thumbs the
it?
dice.
Bree behind is like, no, it's great. It's like foreshadowing. When this goes off in the final battle, it's gonna be huge. Like we, teased it so much. Like it's gonna be awesome.
The prophetess really does speak through you. I'm gonna attack again.
Go for it.
One, that's 2 stamina, so 2 more stamina. And that's a natural 18. Where were you? Okay. And 10 to 6 on D6. So that's 9 damage.
9 points of damage.
No, sorry, 10 damage. 10 damage.
You got it. All right, so angrily you come back, cut through once more, a heavy blow to its back. It's bleeding heavily. It's looking rough.
Jeez, God.
Someone put it
I'm gonna
to
use
bed.
my last stamina to just drink a flask of cerulean tears
You
because
got it.
I am very low on focus points.
You got it.
I haven't acted on this round, so I'm going to just get right in front of this monster's grill and put the bastard sword away and draw the long sword and my shield, and I'm just going to do a strategy poke.
Okay, go for it.
Multi-attack with the long sword, thrusting. So I
Okay.
get a +2 to the attack bonus. 13 plus a lot, so 19.
That hits.
Okay. Should I do damage now? I'll just
do all the attacks. That's
Okay. 12 plus 8 is 20,
That hits.
and 19 plus a ton.
That hits.
Okay, so D8. 5 plus 3 is 8. 3 is 4. 5. That's it, total.
Okay.
8, 4, 5.
Stab,
Seven,
pull back, stab. It's doubling over. It looks like it's barely holding on. You can see heavy strings of saliva and blood kind of dripping from its mouth onto the bottom of the cave floor. Anybody else got anything?
I'm out.
With my last remaining time, I'll say, oh no, she's not set up to do her parry, so forget it. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
No.
I'm just gonna stay and get
Okay.
ready.
So, okay, wait. It's
Wait.
looking bad. It's looking bad.
real bad.
I'm gonna use my last 2 stamina that I was saving in case it hit me to do another attack.
Okay.
Hoping that this bitch is gonna go down.
Get it.
Come on.
Is that another one?
It's a 2.
Oh, okay.
But a plus.
5, so 7.
miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Too excited. You managed to avoid hitting it. Is that it?
I know you like the prophet, but just focus on what you're good at.
As he's like
wanna-
over here talking cash shit
will.
about the prophetess, I would like to grab my club, which
Okay.
and use my power swing.
Go for it.
I do, hater.
Bigger weapons, yeah.
Can I look right? Can I look right at Marcus and be like, listen, whether you have 2 souls, 4 souls, I don't know how many souls you have. If this work, you gotta do it. If this work, you gotta do it.
Okay,
Do
so
what?
that is an 18.
That hits.
Look, I didn't agree to this.
But it's pretty much like, yeah, you did.
Pretty much like, yeah, you did.
1d6, so that's 3, so 6 points plus 2, so that's 8 points damage.
8 points of damage. How do you want to?
Bro, my
So, literally, as he's over here, like, talking about why the prophetess ain't about shit.
That's not what I said.
That's what I heard. Doesn't matter what you said. So she's gonna, like, come up and just start, like, running and go, ah!
I'll put my shield out
And,
to
like,
give you
picks
something to
up-
jump off of.
Oh, hell yeah. So she bounces off of the shield and goes, ah! Ah! And she comes down like straight across his dome, but it's like a full-on connection, and you just see like as the club hits his face, you go.
Oh, slow motion.
There's a heavy snapping sound as the skull is thrown to the side, the neck itself breaking upon impact as it limply hits the ground and is no longer.
Foot on his dome. And she looks at Twin Souls Marcus,
What?
and she just goes.
Oh my God!
I'll throw up some bone pieces to make it look like.
The blood spatter perfectly spelled
I
out.
kind of almost hope her character doesn't survive next part.
Can you believe
We've only
that?
just to see the action.
What are the odds of that, Marcus Twin Soul? What are the odds of that?
Find me in the club.
As
Bottles full of bub.
the heavy taunting echoes through the cavern,
Look, I can go. I can just not be part of the group. Like, it's fine.
we're gonna take a break. So we'll come back and do the looting
That's the war.
rewards from that mini boss encounter here when we return. But we're gonna go ahead and take a break here, and we'll see you shortly.
And I will see you shortly too. Who will watch the whatever transition there is. And the final part. Hopefully, I'll be up later today. I make no promises, so I'm expected called for something. So, okay. I I thank you for joining me. This is Spear Real Adventure, half elven YouTuber, and I wish you good fortune on the quest of life.